So today in this video we are going to discuss about some practical things of ecology, basically practically related. So today we will discuss about this study of distribution pattern, or you can tell dispersion of insects in crop ecosystem. Totally we will deal with what is dispersion, why it is required, on which basis it is formulated, which mathematical tools are used, everything we will discuss one by one. So first is our objective of this practical experiment. What is the objective? To get familiarized with the distribution pattern, or you can tell the dispersion of insect in the crop ecosystem. That is our objective. Why it is important? This one is very important because it is helpful. Okay, it is specifically helpful to validate different methods for population estimation. That means, you see, suppose you want to know what is the pest density, what is the population of the insect present in the field. We are going for a survey. That is what your population estimation. Or you can tell in the crop ecosystem where the pest population is more. If there it is more, then why? These things we need to understand. Also understand the pest population. So this is what your why we should know this distribution pattern, or you can tell the dispersion. Okay, what they provides, what we will get from this? We can develop a sound sampling plan, and it will also give information about behavior of the species. What is the behavior of the species? If they are present whole over the crop ecosystem, then why? If they are present in a clump, in a gatherness, okay, in a unit or colony, then why? What is their behavior? Why they are behaving like that? The reason behind it we need to understand. Okay, basically what happens in case of insects specifically, due to their social instinct, you can tell, due to their intra-specific competition, you can tell, or due to the climatic factor, you can tell. Okay, again, to escape from the predator, natural enemies, sometimes to just ward off the deficiency of the food, sometimes to eliminate competition. Okay, they behave in different pattern. Okay, distribution pattern will be varying from species to species, from location to location, it may change. Okay, this is what your all about basics, introduction to this dispersion. Okay, now coming to your what is dispersion. Okay, the manner in which members of pest population are distributed in space. You see, suppose this is the space. Okay, in which manner the insect or pest population are distributed? They may be distributed uniformly, yes or no, or may be distributed at one place, congregated at one place, or they may just, there may be just random here and there they are living. Okay, so how, in which manner, in which pattern the pest populations are distributed in this whole space? Space is your unit area, you can take. Okay, this is what your dispersion. Okay, and definitely this is the characteristic of a population which will be influenced by the biotic and abiotic factor present in the environment. Okay, so basically three basic patterns are there. What are those? First is regular or uniform distribution or pattern, you can tell. Second one is random or Poisson distribution. Third one is having so many synonyms, that may be clumped or aggregated, over dispersed, contagious, negative, binomial distribution. These are the synonym of your aggregated or clumped distribution. So three are there. First one is regular, second one is random or Poisson, third one is clumped, aggregated or negative, binomial distribution. So broadly these are the patterns of pest population distribution. Okay, then you see some of the terminologies. Okay, don't try to remember the formula now, I will tell you again. You just try to remember what is VMR. VMR means what? V that means S square by mean. Yes or no? Variance to mean ratio. Variance divided by mean. That is what your VMR. What is IDM? It is not integrated downward management. Okay, not IDM. Okay, this is what index of David and Moore. They have formulated the index. That is your IDM. The formula is there. Then index of Lexis. That means you can tell here IDM equals to VMR minus 1. Yes or no? This is your VMR. VMR minus 1 is your IDM. Then index of Lexis. That is whole square root of your again VMR. Yes or no? S square by X bar. That is your mean. Then Charlier coefficient. This is another coefficient. That is your root over of S square minus X bar whole divided by your mean. So these are the basic terminologies you need to remember, okay, which will be helpful for our study. These are nothing but the mathematical formula to obtain a distribution pattern. Suppose you will go for this sampling, you will get some data. No, from this number of branches or from this number of plants, this much number of insect we sampled. So how to use this kind of mathematical formula to know that or to identify that this insect population in this particular unit area belongs to which pattern, whether regular or uniform or random or your clumped or aggregated. So these mathematical formulas can be used. Okay. Now we will see all of those mathematical tools. Then this patterns. Okay. To understand the distribution or dispersion of insect species, one need to calculate these mathematical formulas. Okay. First, coming to this regular or uniform distribution. In this distribution, mathematically what will happen? Your variance will be less than your mean. Keep it in your mind. Variance will be less than your mean. It generally occurs where your competition between the insect is severe. Here you see, and due to specifically your climatic factor. If in this unit area your climatic factor is affecting, then what will happen? If these insect will stay clumped or aggregated, then what will happen? Definitely they will expose to different kind of stress. So what they need to do? They will try to just distribute regularly over the surface. Okay. So that what will happen? Their competition for different sources will be minimized and they can survive. If they will clump at one place, then what will happen? They have to be exposed to the different kind of abiotic stress and they may die. That's why what will happen? They will try to distribute it uniformly over the space. This is known as what your regular or uniform distribution. Here your variance will be less than mean. Some other mathematical tool, you see VMR, variance mean ratio, will be less than 1. IDM, what is that? Index of David and Moore, that will be less than 0. Index of Lexis, that will be more than 1. Charlier coefficient, that will be less than 0. So if you have the data, okay, then when you calculate those attributes, those mathematical tool, and according to their position or according to their numerical data, you can see that whether that is coming under regular or Poisson, that means random, or clumped or aggregated. From these values you can understand. Okay. So this is all about regular. Now coming to your random or Poisson distribution. Here what will happen? Mathematically you see variance will be equal to your mean. That is the first thing. Mathematically you can understand. If variance will be equals to your mean, then you can know that that is a random or Poisson distribution. And generally practically what happens, these are somewhat rare to occur. Yes or no? Because you see in the environment definitely competition will be there, and to eliminate the competition, insect either will go for uniform distribution or they will be clumped based on different situation of the insect and of the environment. But this kind of random distributions are not actually concurrent, they are very rare. Okay. Here you see what is the condition in this random distribution? the environment is very uniform, which is not possible practically, yes or no, and there won't be any tendency to aggregate, that is also not possible. You see, suppose when predator is coming, at that time what will happen? Definitely those particular species will try to aggregate, yes or no, to ward off the predator or to scare the predator or to escape from the predator, yes or no. Again, if scarcity is there, food scarcity is there, or any resource scarcity is there, then they have to go for uniform distribution. They will distribute it throughout the space for their survival. But in random distribution, what will happen? There won't be any kind of competition, which is not possible, yes or no. Then here what will happen? Mathematically, each an individual insect has equal probability of occupying any point in space. Any point, they may exist in any point in this such kind of distribution, okay. And here what will happen? Presence of one individual won't affect the presence of another individual. But in general, in our society, is it possible? No. Yes or no? Definitely one will affect the another, okay. Mathematically, you can see here VMR is equals to 1, because VMR means what? Your variance divided by mean, yes or no. And here I have told you what? Variance equals to mean, so definitely it will come 1. IDM means what? VMR minus 1, yes or no. So 1 minus 1, that will be 0. Index of Lexis, again 1, root over Charlier coefficient, it will be 0, okay. This is your random or Poisson distribution, okay. Next, this is the last one you see, aggregated, which is also known as clumped, okay, or negative binomial distribution, or you can tell over dispersed distribution. Here you see, here your variance will be more than mean, okay. Mathematically here variance will be more than mean. This is what most frequently observed pattern, okay, and the individuals will show varying degree of clumping. Some may be less, some may be more, okay. And this aggregation is generally due to what? The attraction in between the species, or sometimes there is social instinct. Some social instinct, and most of the cases what will happen? They have some parental care, yes or no. Again, for those social insect especially, they show this kind of aggregated or negative binomial distribution, okay. Why it is helpful? This large scale clumping will help them to evade the possible danger of predation, sometimes their climatic effect, adverse effect, and sometimes diseases also. But if you see otherwise, sometimes clumping will lead to more disease, yes or no, because they will be very near and the disease may transmit. But in some insect that is possible. Just like in case of bees. Bees are which insect? These are socio-homeothermic insect, yes or no. That means what will happen here? When the environmental temperature will be less, these bees will congregate at one place. Why? Because if at a unit space they will increase their population, the Nikke temperature will increase and they can maintain the colony temperature or their hive temperature. Understood? Like this, what will happen? This clumping is beneficial for those bees. Yes or no? And usually this environment only decides the degree of aggregation of clumped pattern. Yes or no? This reduced temperature of environment has decided the intensity of clumping of honeybees. Understood this point? I have given you the example. So mathematically here what will happen? VMR will be more than 1, IDM will be more than 0, index of Lexis IL will be more than 1, Charlier coefficient will be more than 0. Here everything is more than, okay. Some other reason of aggregation is what? Response of microclimatic difference and daily and seasonal changes in the weather. They leads to what your aggregation distribution is a result of reproduction or social attraction, just like in case of your honeybees, ants, okay, termites, social attraction. Then characteristics of the species, degree of sociality, how socially active they are. These things contributes towards your aggregated or negative binomial distribution of different type of insect. So this is all about your different pattern of all about your distribution pattern, different distribution pattern, and these are the mathematical formula. Actually, I have not told you the formula exactly. I have told you different mathematical tools. Okay. Now, you see, in aggregation, one more thing happen. You just observe. You see, if here you see, if they will be clumped, then which one will increase? Number will increase. If number will increase, then what will happen? Definitely their intra-specific competition will increase. Yes or no? It may be for food, it may be for space, it may be for reproduction, mating. Yes or no? So this help in also what? For their optimal population growth, not more, not less, and it varies with species and condition. This is nothing, just you can remember that leads to intraspecific competition. So here I have given you the table for your reference. You can see uniform means VMR is less than 1. First is variance is less than mean. VMR, variance to mean ratio, that is less than 1. IDM is less than 0. IL, index of Laxis, is more than 1. Charlier coefficient, that is not I, okay, that is CC, less than 0. VMR, in case of random, variance will be equals to mean, VMR equals to 1, IDM equals to 0, IL equals to 1, CC, that is CC, okay, not CL, okay. Charlier coefficient or Charlier index, okay, that equals to 0. In case of aggregated, everything will be more than, okay. You see, variance is more than mean, VMR is more than 1, IDM is more than 0, IL is more than 1, and CI or CC is more than 0. So this is the tabulated format. If you go for analysis, then by observing this chart, you can know that whether that is coming under uniform or random or aggregated distribution. Understood? So here you see, I have given you one format. You observe. This is a question. Here, this is your record work. Try to complete within a specified time. Work out the mean, variance, and different indices. Different indices in the sense, what are those? VMR, yes or no? Then IDM, not Internet Download Manager, okay, that is your index of David and Moore. Then IL, that is index of Laxis. Then Charlier coefficient, okay. Try to calculate these indices to conclude the distribution pattern of which insects Proptera littora based on the following larval population data. Here you see number of insect per plant, it is given here, how many insects they have observed. Then plant frequency, from how many plants or from how many plant parts they have taken the data has been given in this table. So what you need to calculate, you see, you have to calculate the n. What is n? This is the summation of the frequency. That means this whole column will be added. Okay. Then coming to fx. What is fx? Nothing but the frequency. Here you see the formula, you see, it will be easy. You see formulas to calculate the different index. First you need to calculate the mean. What is the mean? Summation of fx divided by n. So how to calculate the summation of fx? Here you see, fx is there, yes or no? Fx means the frequency into x, okay, yes or no? F means frequency of number of plants or number of branches. You see, this is the number of plants, or sometimes it will be given as number of branches. Per number of branches, how many insect has been found. What is x? Number of insects per plant or branch, that is your x. This is your x, how many insect has been calculated. Then n equals to total number of plants. You see, these are the number of plants they have taken, n equal to total number of plants. First you have to go for summation of n. Then fx you will calculate 22 into 0, 3 into 1, 5 into 2, like this you have to calculate here. Then you have to go for summation of fx. Whole of the columns you have to add. Then fx square, what is that? F into x square, that means 22 into 0 square, 3 into 1 square, 5 into 2 square, that means 5 into 4, it will be 20. Like this, you have to calculate all of the fx square, then you have to go for summation of that. That means you will get summation of n, then summation of fx, summation of fx square. Once you will calculate these things, all of those things, those three things, then you can easily calculate this mean. Okay, easily calculate this mean. Here you see, you have the summation of fx and n also. Similarly, variance also you can calculate. Understood? So, from this also you can get the somewhat general idea. If variance will be less than mean, somewhat that will be uniform. If variance is equals to mean, then that will be random. If variance will be more than mean, that will be your aggregated. From this point also you can calculate, but still we will use some other formula. Those are just noted down. Variance mean ratio, VMR. What is that? Variance divided by mean. Whether that is coming more than 1 or equals to 1 or less than 1, try to identify. Then index of David and Moore. What is that? Variance divided by mean minus 1. That means VMR minus 1. Whether that is equals to 0 or more than 0 or less than 0, try to calculate. Then index of Lexis. That is the root over of VMR, root over of variance divided by mean. This one also less than or equals to or more than 1, you need to identify, calculate. Then Charlier coefficient, that also root over of your variance minus mean whole divided by mean. This also you need to calculate, whether that is more than 1, less than 1 or equal to 1, you need to calculate. Okay. So, calculate and draw the conclusion. This is your homework you have to do. Okay. And here you can see the table. Okay. Or you can just go back in the video, or I will go. Here you see everything is mentioned here, it is visible. Calculate and draw the conclusion. That is your homework. So, thank you, and if any doubt is there, you can ask. Okay, thank you.